What do you do when you can't count on a moron to keep a commitment? You get a 10-year-old to replace him. My daughter and her friend, with her mommy's consent, sit down with the moron to examine some of the challenges 10 years on this planet can bring. We talk about birthday parties. We talk about what it's like to lose a pet, what it's like to have a ceremony for a pet, and then rapidly switch to the subject of cartoons and life before Cartoon Network. We talk about boys, and I'm not sure where they're at on that subject at 10 years old, but there is some bleeping of names to protect the innocent, and it's not because they curse like a couple of sailors, but it might be fun to imagine that they are when you hear it. We wrap up by discussing their parallel acting careers, and things get a little chippy. It's 10 is Tough on The Modern Moron, and thank you for listening. Both of you have recently turned 10 years old.
Yes.
Who turned 10 first?
Me.
Okay.
And then me.
Okay, that was my daughter first, and okay, yes. Yeah, you just turned 10. And you had a birthday party at, what was the name of the place? And it's a place you would compare to not Chuck E. Cheese, right?
It is so much better.
I think it's like Dave & Buster's times 10.
More like Dave & Buster's is more for adults, right? And this is more for kids?
So Chuck E. Cheese is like for toddlers. Dave & Buster's is for adults. And this one's like for 10-year-olds.
Like us.
And they have rides? They had actual rides there?
Yeah,
They
they have a
have
frog
4.
hopper. They have the twister, and then they have bumper cars.
And they have a mini carousel.
Oh. And you're thinking you want your 11th birthday. I'm talking to my daughter right now. You want to have your 11th birthday there party?
Definitely.
I don't know what Recent asks for at 10 years old, but my kid just asked for pierced ears. She wants to get her ears pierced. You're not interested in getting your ears pierced.
I want a pet llama corn.
Okay. That's a fictitious character.
Lies.
However, you have had rabbits as pets.
Yes, one of them died recently.
One of them died recently. I'm so sorry. What was his or her name?
Teddy.
Teddy. And you seem okay with it's been long enough that you can talk about it without getting too sad?
Yeah.
You can. Mm-hmm. So what happened to Teddy?
He got a weird tumor on the side of his head, so he couldn't eat properly, and then they were trying to fix that, but then they found out that his kidneys were also failing, and he was in a lot of pain, so we put him away.
Okay. How do you know when a rabbit's in pain? Right? They don't yell or anything, right? You would like to say something?
Everything turns white. Wait, no, that's chickens.
Yes, that's something we said. That's chickens. So how do you know if your pet rabbit is in pain, or is there a way to tell?
So with Teddy, you figured out something was wrong, because when he was eating, his bite was off. And like everything on the right side of his head just seemed a little bit odd and slower than his left side. Mm-hmm. So we brought him into the vet, and that's when they saw what was happening.
So they decided to let's have him go to sleep. And did you have any kind of a ceremony or anything for him?
Yes, we had a little bunny funeral.
A bunny funeral. And what did that consist of?
I wrote a speech that I said, and me and my mom had bought a little bunny statue that let me put on top of his quote-unquote grave. Mm-hmm. And my dad planted a few flowers there.
That's very nice. Do you remember any of the speech that you gave for Teddy?
I said that with a lot of bunnies, they just want to hug you and are super cuddly. But Teddy wasn't. He was sassy, and we nicknamed him Business Bunny.
Oh.
And he was just the most independent little bunny ever. I think that's what made him special. Mm-hmm. He had a little bit of a sass to him.
Really? He wasn't a needy bunny, like most bunnies.
He was a really strong, independent rabbit.
A strong, independent rabbit. Did he have floppy ears or stick straight up ears?
They weren't all the way pushed back, but they weren't standing straight. Uh-huh. They were just kind of flopping around all over the place.
But he was kind of an independent business bunny.
Yes,
And
definitely.
did you want to add something to that?
Can I ask a question? Did you ever put clothes on him, like a bow tie and a tuxedo?
We never tried. I probably think that we should have, but we never did. And even if we did, I doubt that he would have.
He would have allowed that, you think?
No.
Oh, no way. He's too independent to having clothes put on them. Okay.
Yeah, his death was definitely a lot less emotional than my other bunny Margie's death.
Margie?
Yeah, because I saw her die. It was really sad.
Wow. Can you talk about that? Or you don't have to if you don't want to, but
I can talk
you're okay.
about it.
It's because that's been a while.
Yeah, it's been much longer. It's been a year and a few months, but Teddy has been like maybe 3 months ago.
But you notice that you've been through the process of grieving over a lost pet on your first pet. So the second one, it's not like that you didn't love Teddy, but you've gone through that process and you're a little bit more of an expert at dealing with that now.
Yeah, I was a little bit more prepared because I knew it was coming.
Oh, Margie was a very sudden thing?
Yeah, she was sick, and we thought that she wouldn't last through the first night that she got sick, but she did, and she was just incredibly strong, and we thought that she would live, even though most bunnies didn't, and we were so happy for her. And then on, like, the last night of the week, I woke up, and I went to school, and I came back, and she was just incredibly sick.
What were the symptoms? What let you know that she was incredibly sick? What were her symptoms?
She just would not move. Her problem was that her body stopped digesting stuff. Like, she couldn't eat. She was eating a little bit, and that's why she looked like she was getting better. But we came home, and we had left some banana, her absolute favorite thing. And normally she at least nibbles it a little bit when she was sick, but it was completely untouched. And she was laying completely still, and she just was whining and complaining. And
whining and complaining. How does a rabbit whine and complain?
she was just kind of like...
Oh, they do. They make noises.
Yeah, like quiet, short, snuffling sounds.
Oh.
And it was like the saddest thing ever.
And you knew that when Margie didn't eat her banana, something's
We
up.
knew that something was not right, and we called the vet, and they said, yes, I'm sorry to say this, but probably she won't last very long.
So what did you see when Margie actually passed away?
She seemed pretty calm. She didn't seem like, what is happening to me? And so that helped a little bit. She was twitching, kind of. And I didn't actually, see
The exact second.
because my mom said, I think we should look away. And so we actually went in the next room, and we came back, and she was dead.
Oh, wow. That's a lot to go through for what? You were 8 or 9 when that happened?
I was like 8.5.
That's a lot to go through. You have a different perspective now than when it first happened, right?
Yeah, when it happened, all I could think about was her. And when I thought about her, all I could think about was the sad parts in watching her die. But now, when I think of her, I think of the absolutely adorable, uncoordinated, just lumbering around bunny that she was.
Oh, that's nice. That's good. That's good. We have not had to deal with something like that yet. Yeah, because we have a very healthy puppy dog. Anything else you want to say about your pet? Oh, you probably had a funeral for
Yes,
Margie,
I had
too.
Margie, too.
And did you do something special for her?
Yes, I also wrote a speech.
Do you remember any of that speech? Maybe you're going to be a professional speech writer.
They weren't very good.
What do you remember about your speech to Margie?
I remember that I said, whether she was running into walls or going into spaces that she thought she could fit, but then she couldn't and getting stuck. She was always just super happy and energetic and the cutest thing ever.
Wow, sounds like she was kind of precocious. She would run into walls?
So she was a Flemish giant.
A Flemish?
Yeah, it's called a Flemish giant. It's the biggest breed of bunny in the world.
How much did Margie weigh?
I don't exactly remember, but maybe
This is a big rabbit.
maybe 30 pounds.
You're kidding me. Bigger than our dog?
Oh, definitely.
Wow, did you ever ride this rabbit?
No, she rode a turtle.
So, a Flemish giant.
Yes.
All right.
But I think that in her mind, she was very dainty and very perfect. And so she would go oh, I think I'll hop behind this cabinet and then get stuck.
And did she have an English? Did she have a kind of an English accent?
No, that's just my bunny accent.
Oh, so all the bunnies in your mind have English accents?
Except for Teddy. For him, he's hey dudes.
Okay. He's like a surfer rabbit, whereas Margie was more of a British socialite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Either Teddy's the surfer dude, or he's well, step lively. We need to go here.
Oh, he's
kind of-
British, but maybe Cockney. Okay. Oh, yes. You have a question. Yes.
But I do have one question.
Yes.
What were the TV shows in your childhood?
Oh, that's a great question. Shows that you remember?
No, shows
This-
about you.
That
Shows that you watched as a
like
child.
like cartoons or like.
Any show.
Well, I watched a lot of Warner Brothers cartoons. Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck. Kind of partial to Daffy Duck because we're both kind of angry characters. You know who Daffy Duck is? Yeah, okay.
This conversation changed really quickly.
Oh, did you, we don't have to. Did you want to wrap up something about bunnies and pets?
No, I had nothing else to say. It was
Okay.
just kind of funny, like, oh, my rabbit just died. Well,
Okay, let's talk about
shows do you
cartoons.
watch?
Okay, well, we can still talk about that if you want.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, all right. So my favorite cartoons were, I can go back quite a ways to black and white cartoons. Like when I was a kid. They didn't have a Cartoon Network. We would watch cartoons on Saturday mornings only. And then some in the afternoons after school, there would be a couple of hours, and that's it.
Rough life.
That's depressing.
Yeah, well, now you know why your daddy's so angry.
In our day, our Looney Tunes is toddler Looney Tunes. There's all the Looney Tunes as babies.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's what we call jumping the shark in sitcom land. That's when something's run its course and should be done with, but you got to try and rehash things and rehash the same thing and rehash and hash some more hash. Oh, so you guys are about less than a month away from finishing up the 4th grade.
Yes.
You said I could ask now, and this is the first time I recall you wanting to talk about this subject, which is, oh, you don't want to talk about boys? Just generally. We're not going to bring any names.
Okay.
Yeah, this was all idea.
Oh,
Okay,
no. I brought it up.
Time out. No names are going to be used. So you two are anonymous kids. Nobody knows about what school you go to or anything. So we could talk anonymously about boys. Do they mostly have cooties still? Are they disgusting? Or what's the deal with boys right now?
2 of the boys kind of pretend like they're in a video game all the time, spitting all over their desk and like boom,
They spit on their...
bang, 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 like and stuff like that.
They're sort of in their own world,
Yeah,
pretending they're in a video game.
and they never do their work.
So they don't get very good grades.
Not at all.
Is it a video game that's a real video game that's out there? Like, what's the big video game? Fortnite?
No, that's actually losing popularity. It's mostly Apex Legends now.
Really? It's not all about Fortnite anymore. It's Apex Legend.
And a lot of games lose popularity fast, like Pokemon Go.
Okay.
They used to be the big thing.
And it's not anymore.
Not.
Oh, that's old stuff now.
Yeah, only like
Say the name of the game again.
Apex Legends.
Apex Legends. And do they pretend that they're in Apex Legends, or do they pretend they're in their own made-up video game?
Yeah, their own made-up video game.
Yes.
They pretend that they're either in Halo
Okay.
or anime. They
Or
love anime.
You love anime?
No, they love anime.
They love anime.
And there's 3 groups of boys. There's kind of the shy kids who I don't really know that well. There's the football kids who really get on my nerves. They are very, very mouthy. And then there's those kids who just love anime and never let me do any work.
So that's pretty much the 3 groups of boys that you deal with?
Basically, occasionally there's one that's like really nice to the girls. I wonder why.
Oh, do you have some inside information right now? Can we talk a little gossip?
I think maybe it's because some of the boys try to be nice to the girls earlier on.
Yeah.
So when they get older, they'll have like a connection. So they'll be like more on the list.
Aha, they're laying a little groundwork.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any boys that are being especially nice to either of you?
No names. No names.
Yes.
There is a boy or boys that's being especially nice to you?
Yes, but I don't think it's because of a crush. It's just he's nice.
Why do you not think it's a crush?
Because we all know who he has a crush on.
Ah, okay. And it's neither of you? Hey, you can say the name. This is all getting recorded. I'm going to cut out any names. No names will come out.
Okay, we're talking about.
All right. They're like.
He gave her.
Oh, what does that mean?
For Valentine's Day, he gave her. At first, she thought they were like. She bit down on one, then she was like, "Oh, that's in a basket," and he knows that she likes.
Oh. wrong. So that's pretty serious business for 4th grade, right?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yes.
So, for a lot of boys, for me, don't really are nice to me. Quite the opposite.
Boys are not nice to you.
No. They're incredibly annoying to get my attention.
Oh, they all want your attention, huh?
For some reason, either everyone likes me or I'm just really funny when I get angry.
You're
And
really...
I agree. I go crazy.
When she gets angry, it's more like, oh, praise the llama gods! The llama gods will kill you!
What?
Because
Wait,
you've
whoa,
been
whoa, whoa,
such
whoa.
a
Slow
bad
down.
girl."
The what will kill you?
The llama gods.
Oh,
Yes.
the llama gods. Your favorite... A lot of you guys have favorite animals. Your favorite...
Go llamas!
Okay, take it easy. Your favorite animal is a sloth. Oh, not a sloth?
It's pig, sloth, then hedgehog.
And yours is...
Llamas, then llama gods.
Okay. You're really into llamas. In fact, for your birthday, you got a lot of llama stuff.
Yeah. This summer, I'm redoing my room llama, cacti, and succulent
succulents.
themes.
Llama, cacti, and what?
Succulent themed.
Oh, okay. All right. Succulents. What does your shirt say?
My shirt says...
Oh, that's a play that both of you were in, The Lion King, recently. Yes. You guys have been in how many plays together now?
We've been in
3.
She was a newt that played the flute once. But
So I've done 4, she's done 3. I did Little Mermaid by myself, but then we did Aladdin, Alice in Wonderland, and The Lion King Jr. together.
I personally think she had the best line of the movie.
Which was what?
The newt plays the flute.
The lute? The what?
The newt plays the flute.
So I have an idea. I'll say all the characters that I was, and you'll say all the characters that you were.
Okay.
So I was the newt. The newt in The Little Mermaid.
Okay.
Guard number 1 in Aladdin. The Queen of Hearts in Alice in Wonderland. And most recently, Scar in The Lion King Jr.
In my day, I actually was in The Little Mermaid. I was audience number 35.
Okay. Name the plays that you were in and what character you played.
I was in Aladdin, and I was Iago the parrot. Okay. I was in Alice in Wonderland, and I was the Mad Hatter. And I was in The Lion King, and I was Timon the meerkat.
Okay, very good. Which was your favorite plays for each of you?
Lion King.
Lion King by long shot.
Really? Why was that one so special, do you think?
So fun.
Specifically?
I love the songs, and it was just like, I think it was more like dramatic than all the other ones.
Really? The music was a little more dramatic?
No, it's because like,
Well, there's somebody dies in it.
spoiler alert, move.
Spoiler alert, that came out in the 90s. Okay, so there is, if you haven't seen it by now.
Get a life.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, but like there's being some babies born that like haven't watched, that like weren't alive in the 1990s.
Totally forgot about the baby contingency that listens to this podcast. Maybe we'll pull this part from the podcast for that reason. Okay, and so next year we're going to do Frozen.
Yo.
And do you both know what you're going to try out for?
Anna.
Uh-oh. What's going to happen? Because there's not going to be 2 Annas.
I'm gonna win.
I'll tell you what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be Anna, and she's gonna be crying on her bed saying, "Is better than me."
Other way around, sister.
JK for
JK for
it's opposite day on Abby's side.
since when?
Since forever.
What, is this going to be a fight here? What's going on?
It's already started.
Dun, 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 dun.
Seriously, one of you is not going to get it.
That's good.
Okay, so what if it is? If it is, might be a little bit sad.
Then I would say you should be Olaf and everything more, except from Anna.
That doesn't sound very sincere. What if you get it and sad?
If I get it, I will be very happy, but I will also make sure that is happy with her part so I don't rub it in too much, because I want to be a good friend.
Okay.
And if I don't get it, I'll congratulate but I'll still be pretty sad.
But you'll still be able to move forward and do whatever part you're given.
As long as I don't get Hans, I'll be pretty happy.
Okay, all right. And go ahead. Now you say what you'll be like if you do get it and what you'll be like if you don't get it.
If I do get it, I will scream so long. It'll be the best thing ever. If I don't get it, I'll sob for a while. And if doesn't get it, I'll support her.
What if neither of you get it?
then I will sob. Still, depends if what character I get. If I get Olaf, it'll be all good.
All right.
So here's my plan. I will be so good that either me or will have to be their second favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll punch them so hard they can't do the play, and then it's either going to be me or
So you're threatening violence.
yes.
Okay.
Who doesn't?
Well, I'm not an advocate of violence, other than to inanimate objects. I'm partial to that. This is what I would like to see. I would like to see both of you push each other to higher levels.
Okay.
Not literally. Jeez. That's not the message we want to send. What? Not too loud.
Thank you for watching the Modern Moron.
Wait a minute. Podcasts can't be watched. How about that spoiler alert they were so concerned about with the Lion King? Wow. Movie came out 25 years ago and they're worried about a spoiler alert. Now that is a considerate kid, right? Subscribe if you would. Click all the good buttons, the thumbs up, the stars, and all that stuff if you have a moment. You can visit themodernmoron.com to contact the show. Thank you again for listening, and we'll see you next time.